Hi, this is Jamal Stone.
And Aliko Aro.
And you're watching
The Cinema Couch.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Cinema Couch. Today we're discussing Dredd, the new film just released on DVD and Blu-ray. I'm here with my guest host, Aliko.
What's up?
Wow, so we were just talking about this, about Dredd being overshadowed by Judge Dredd. As you guys know, in the 90s, Sylvester Stallone released Judge Dredd, which is a terrible film. But it is a great terrible film.
Yeah.
It's funny because that movie, even though it was bad back then, it's good again because it's like one of those movies that's so bad.
It's one of those movies that you just can't help but watch over again, despite how bad it is. Like Super Mario Brothers, the movie with, it was a terrible film.
Right.
Even Bob Hoskins says that if he had to think of any movie that he's ever done and regrets doing, he regrets doing Super Mario Brothers. But at least it was kind of entertaining because there were just moments in it that were just so bad that it's awesome.
I could watch that right now. Yeah, I can watch Super Mario Bros.
We can watch that right now.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just as soon as we're done, we're going to put on Super Mario Bros. Watch that.
And in my opinion, that's how Judge Dredd is for Stallone. I could watch that right now, even though going into it, I know this is a bad film. But the movie Dredd, do you think you could watch that again right now?
Right now, I actually wouldn't mind watching it.
Because I don't think I could watch it right now. Like,
it depends if you're in the mood for it.
You have to be in the
some
mood,
people, you have to be in the mood for it.
You see?
Because some movies are, you could just pick it up and watch it anytime.
Right. And
other
that's why
movies,
I'm on the fence by this film because of that.
Yeah. Other movies, this is one of those films where it's not for the whole. If you're more artsy and want a movie for a good plot that's very story driven. This one is more if you love action, you want to watch shit blow up, and if you just want watching chases and a lot of great visual effects,
are good. Right.
Then pick it up.
Right. Okay, so Carl Urban is the lead in this film. What did you think of his performance?
He was pretty good.
And note, guys, you don't see his face for the entire movie. So if you don't know, I know who Carl Urban is. Carl Urban, let me give you a couple movies that he was in, so you guys get up to speed. He was in Star Trek. He was the main bad guy in Star Trek, right?
No,
he was Bones. He was a Dr. Bones in Star Trek. He was recently in The Bourne Supremacy, and a lot of you guys.
I'm a doctor, not a judge, damn it.
A lot of you guys can remember him. I remember him from Doom. Remember The Rock and Doom? He was the guy who turned out to be like the lead in that movie.
Yeah.
Like you thought The Rock was like the good guy, and then all of a sudden Carl Urban comes and takes that movie over. So that's who Carl Urban is. In the movie Dredd, he and they kept it true to the comics because I remember I saw an interview with the director, and he said when he first met with Carl Urban, they met at a diner. Mm-hmm. He was with a couple producers, and they said to him, even though you want to do this movie, you know that we want to do this like the comic. And in this film, we're not going to see your face because that's how the comic is.
He never takes it off.
Do you know what Carl Urban said at this table? He said, "I wouldn't be here meeting with you guys if I took my helmet off." Because see, I like that. He was a fan of the comics. He knew the story, the source material, and he did the film. So in that aspect, I give him credit.
Yeah.
But I still think Sylvester Stallone's performance as Dredd overshadowed him.
It does.
Because
it's more memorable of a film.
Yeah, I kind of wish Sylvester Stallone did this movie again and kept the helmet on.
Yeah.
Because you would know it's him. Nobody would ever say, "Who was that guy under the helmet?" You would know it was him. So I love this film. I don't hate
There's the whole goofy, "I am the law." Who the hell just stops while in the middle of everybody shooting at you and go, "I am the law"? In this one, he just pulls into the PA, all pissed off, go, "Mama's not the law. I am the law."
Mama is played by Lena Headey. And Lena Headey is great. And if you guys remember, she was in Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah.
She was Sarah Connor, the lead in that. I love this chick. She's great. But, I got a but, they showed her die in the preview. Do you remember the preview of Dredd? Do you remember the trailer?
Not so much. I remember watching the preview.
Okay, I remember watching the trailer.
Just went straight into seeing the film.
Yeah, in the trailer, I'm not joking around. They show her getting kicked out the window. They show that in the trailer. So if you've seen the trailer of this movie, you've seen the end of this movie because that's how the movie ends. Yeah, and she's also in 300, which I love. Which her performance, 300, you can't beat that movie.
Sure.
Let's see.
So if you haven't seen it, Mama is the ringleader of the entire gang called the Mama Clan.
Right.
And she creates and distributes a drug called slow-mo, which slows down your brain function to the point where you see time slow down to like a fraction of a second.
Right.
And which is exactly how they filmed the scenes when they were on slow-mo, which is just visually stunning.
Cinematography is amazing.
Stunning visuals.
Those visuals made that movie for me. Cinematography is amazing in this film. I will give it an extra couch cushion for that. And also we have Olivia Thirlby. Olivia Thirlby is a beautiful woman.
Oh yeah.
And she was in Juno, The Darkest Hour. She's done a lot of like smaller parts.
Yeah, she used to do a voice acting role on that show on MTV called Good Vibes, which is also a pretty good show. Just kind of sad that how really underrated it was, because it was actually a pretty good show, and her role on it was really good. Like, the thing about Olivia Thirlby, she's one of those actresses that how everybody has their top 5 if they're dating, they'll like those top 5 actresses that you would be allowed to cheat on. She'd be my number 1.
She'd be the cheater. Okay.
She is.
Wow. Okay. And she was also in one of my favorite shows that ended abruptly, Bored to Death. I love Bored to Death.
That's a good show.
Yeah, it's a good show. So yes, it has some great actors in it, and the story's good. But once again, I still think that this movie is overshadowed by its predecessor. It's a great film. Cinematic's great. And it's actually, if you like really good action, it's a really good action film. Dredd has a lot of action, the shooting, like just the violence. It's very violent, very bloody movie.
Yeah.
It's a good. I understand it's a date movie, but if you and your girl would probably
not a date movie.
Not really a date movie. Your girl would probably frown on the violence, but definitely if you're home, you want a DVD pickup, I definitely recommend Dredd.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Yeah. Is that about anything else you want to add?
Not really much.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we both recommend it, right?
Absolutely.
So the cinematography is amazing. The acting is great. It is overshadowed by the previous Dredd. So I'm gonna give the recommendation. If you do watch this movie and you haven't seen the Sylvester Stallone one, watch them both, and then below let us know what you think, or let us know which one you think is better.
Oh, I almost forgot. The soundtrack, the score to the film is really good.
Soundtrack's good.
It's not like one of those usual, orchestra score soundtrack. This one, pure, just techno, mixture of like rock and techno, hard rock, where you actually feel pumped up for the action that's going on, where it's a lot of fun for the different scenes. Like I just put it in my MP3 player and listen to the soundtrack when I'm on the go.
Okay, so soundtrack's good too. Dredd's got a lot of points. All right, I like Dredd. Thanks. If you have any suggestions, comments, or questions for us, leave it in the comment section below.
Log on to the website, cinemacouch.com, for links to all our social media.
If you have a movie that you want us to review, hit us up on Facebook. We'll make it happen.
Thanks for watching.
This and every episode of Cinema Couch is dedicated to the memory of Kirk Kool-Ace Jones.
On to the next one.